Jai Srimannarayana. We are so happy to hear that Sri Bhagavad Ramanujacharya Darshana Kainkarya Trust of Chennai is celebrating millennium functions of Bhagavad Ramanujacharya Swami, Ramanujacharya Sahasrabdi, by conducting several events like seminars and Mahanadu, etc. Our Mangala Sasanams to all the organizers who are taking great responsibility of spreading the message of Bhagavad Ramanujacharya Swami to nook and corner of this world. There are many acharyas in this world. There are few acharyas who declare themselves as acharyas, and there are few acharyas who are recognized by few people as acharyas. Yet, there is only one acharya who has been recognized as acharya not only by the human beings but also even by the Lord Himself. Lord appears on this earth in different forms. Even during this Kali Yuga also He appears in many a form. As He Himself promised in Bhagavad Gita, Sambhavami Yuge Yuge, not only in Dwapara Yuga, not only in Treta Yuga and Kruta Yuga, even during this Kali Yuga also He appears. But in what form? In previous yugas, He was moving on this earth as a human being. But during this Kali Yuga, He appears in the form of Archavatara. So He is well seen by all of us with our naked eyes in the form of Archa. Lord in the form of Archa accepted Ramanujacharya Swami as His own Guru in several places. The very best example is Lord Srinivasa, the Venkateshwara, who is considered as the Lord of this Kali Yuga. Once upon a time, during probably the first century of this Kali Yuga, He was moving on this earth, saving and also showing His greatness to the masses. But later He took the form as Archavatara. During that period, He was wearing Sankham, Chakram, etc. as the insignia of Lord Mahavishnu. Purana goes in a way, it explains the story of Lord Srinivasa, that the king who built the temple for him on the seven hills, by name Tondaman Chakravarti, once requested Lord Srinivasa for his Sankham and Chakram. He was in a situation where the enemy was very, very powerful, and the king was a bit doubtful about his own victory. So he approached Lord Srinivasa and requested for his Sankham and Chakram. Lord was very kind enough in sanctioning his Sankham and Chakram for that purpose. The king fought the war and he won. He got the victory, returned to the Lord and expressed his gratitude, and then said, "Oh Lord, you are so beautiful without Sankham and Chakram." Lord understood his intention, that he doesn't want to return the Sankham and Chakram, and felt like keeping them with him only so that he can win over many, many places. Lord said, "Oh my friend, I gave you that Sankham and Chakram for single use. So for second use, there is no password provided. So you have to return them anyway." But the Tondaman said that, "Lord, please bless me with those things." Lord said, "Doesn't matter. You can keep them with you, but you won't be able to use them at all. Let my great devotee come in the future ages, and he gives me Sankham and Chakram again." Purana says this. Making that statement of Purana true, during 11th century, end of 11th century, Ramanujacharya again blessed Lord Srinivasa with Sankham and Chakram and established the one standing on the seven hills is none else than Lakshminatha, Sriyapati, Lord Mahavishnu. There was a discussion in those days about the form of the Lord and the very existence of the Lord on that hill. The king of that place was really great, and he invited all the scholarly of the day, and he conducted a debate between those scholars, and he wanted them to establish that who that one standing on that hill was. It was only Ramanujacharya Swami who proved that he was Lord Mahavishnu, who came to bless the world and also receive Padmavati as his divine spouse. Those scholars accepted all the authentic books that were presented, but still they were not really interested in accepting him as Venkateshwara. It was that time the king requested Ramanujacharya Swami to show something so that these people will be able to accept. It was then Ramanujacharya Swami requested the king to keep all the weapons and all the ornaments of different devatas and see that Sainotsavam is performed. Sainotsavam is the final service to the Lord of the day, to offer the the bed, and Lord will be placed on that, and then the temple's doors will be closed. It was done according to the scriptures, and also the lock also was the put in the place. Next morning, when the Suprabhatam is done, when the doors are opened, the king also was very much present during that occasion. All the scholars also were there. They were spending the whole night praying the Lord to accept the weapons of their own form. But surprisingly, next morning when the doors are opened, the Lord was wearing Sankham and Chakram, which were kept there, keeping all the other weapons and ornaments at a distance. Then they have no words than accepting that he was Lord Mahavishnu only. It was then Ramanujacharya Swami again prepared those Sankham and Chakram in a perfect way and put them so that nobody in future will claim anything to accept his presence as Lord Mahavishnu. Whoever gives Sankham and Chakram to a person is considered as Acharya, and whoever receives those Sankham and Chakram from a person is considered as a disciple. Lord Srinivasa, the Lord of Seven Hills himself, accepted Ramanujacharya as his own guru, and thus he took the Sankham and Chakram. Ramanujacharya Swami gave him the Urdhvapundram also on that occasion, and the system which is even today is in practice on the Tirumala hills is regularized by Ramanujacharya Swami. Thus he became Acharya even to the Lord of Seven Hills. Not only there, even there are other places where the Lord accepted Ramanujacharya Swami as his guru, just like Tirukurungudi, a very famous temple in South India. As a mark of his reverence towards Ramanujacharya Swami, Lord Srinivasa, after Ramanujacharya Swami's departure from this world, he ordered the people of the temple to consecrate Ramanujacharya Swami's the deity in his temple at the height where the feet of Lord the Ramanujacharya Swami will be equal at his heart. And next, he kept his hundi before Ramanujacharya Swami. which says that a disciple should be like this. Sariram, Vasu, Vijnanam, Vasaha, Karma, Gunan, Asun, Guruvardham Dharayet Yastu Sasishyaha Netara Smrtaha. Thus Lord Mahavishnu himself offered his everything before Ramanujacharya Swami and accepted him as Guru. So there are many, many gurus in this world who became teachers to the masses, but only one, Ramanujacharya Swami, who became teacher even to the Lord, who is in the form of a deity in this world. This is a small example to talk about Ramanujacharya Swami. But if you see the other part of Ramanujacharya Swamiji's life, who stood for the people, there were so many taboos in the society which split the society into different pieces. Of course, they are still prevailing in the society by people of selfish ends. They were much prevailing in those days. 1,000 years ago, we are talking about the society of the day where the orthodoxical people are very much strict in following their own rules and regulations. There were few people considered as untouchables who were not at all permitted in the mainstream of the society. If at all they chant the name of God, there were severe punishments like cutting their own tongues. And if they hear the mantra of Lord, and they used to, or probably the rules were like lead should be melted and filled up in their ears. Such was the situation. During those days, it was the kind-hearted Ramanujacharya who wanted that everybody should be saved from the miseries of this world. He went to his guru called Goshti Purna, Tirukottiyur Nambi by traditional name, and he got one great mantra of Bhagavad Gita called Charama Sloka, for which he went there from his Srirangam 18 times, all the way, on foot, not caring any his physical comforts, and following all the rigidities of the day. After 18 times, Guru took so many oaths and gave him the mantra. And while he was going, there were many, many people who used to pray to Ramanujacharya Swami, if a great scholarly like you is going these many rigidities, then what about the fate of us who are very normal people? Ramanujacharya Swamiji promised them, if at all I am blessed to get the mantra, I will definitely see that it is given to you also. That was his promise. On 18th time, Guruji has taken many an oath and gave him the mantra. But according to his own promise, he came out and went up the temple tower and then revealed the mantra artha to everybody. Of course, there are always people who want to just make the tales to spread, and the message went to his guru saying that, oh Guruji, whatever mantra you have given to Ramanuja was revealed to the world. Guruji really got upset, and he came to Ramanujacharya and said, do you know the fate of this? You will be in Raurava, the Narakas, the worst of the hells. Ramanujacharya Swami, with all humbleness, requested Guruji, what happens if they understand the meaning of this mantra? Definitely they get the grace of Lord. Ramanujacharya Swami, with all humbleness, said, if the world is going to be saved by knowing the meaning of this mantra, and for which if I have to go to the Naraka, I am the first person to accept it. I am ready for that. The gurus of previous days were knowing the mantra, its value, but Ramanujacharya's kind heart understood the miseries of the people, of the souls. He wanted to bring them out of those miseries, and thus he gave the mantra, he revealed the mantra to all the people. That melted the hearts of the gurus. The wonder is there are many people who probably might have crossed the words of the gurus, but Ramanujacharya not just crossed the word of the guru, but also he commanded the love of the guru at the next moment. When Ramanujacharya Swamiji said that I am ready to face the Naraka if the whole world is saved, then Guruji's heart was moved and he embraced Ramanujacharya Swamiji and said, "You are greater than all of us. Em Perum Anar." You became greater than all of us. That became the name of Ramanujacharya Swami after that as Emperum Anar. So Ramanujacharya Swami was not only having the scholarship and the wisdom, but also his heart was so soft and filled up with compassion. And the greatness of Ramanujacharya Swamiji is such he can encompass the entire universe into a small corner of his heart. Such was the grace of Ramanujacharya Swami. In other words, he is a great social reformer. There are social reformers. They were not accepted by the scholarly of the day. There are great scholars, but they are not reformers. They are not in the reach of common man. But Ramanujacharya Swamiji is such a great guru that he was accepted by the lowest of the lower man. At the same time, whatever the activity he took into his hand and conducted, that was accepted by the scholarly of the day. That means he was the bridge between the top and the lowest society to bring them to the mainstream so that everybody can share their sorrows and pains and joys and live in unison. There are many people like Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Washington, who fought for equal rights, but only between few people. 1,000 years ago, when the social reformance, such a word, is not at all perceived, Ramanujacharya Swami made a great, a sky difference in the thought process of scholarly by bringing all of them together. Nowadays, there are governments which talk about the midday meals, nutritional foods, and equal rights to women, etc. But it was great Ramanujacharya who did all these activities 1,000 years ago. That was the greatness of Ramanujacharya Swami. He made temple as the center of the society. Because in those days, these kind of industries were not there. Nowadays, we have so many industries like IT and other things. But in those days, it was only the temple which was managing the system of the whole society. So farmers were depending upon the temple, and carpenters were depending upon that, and goldsmiths and ironsmiths, and everybody was depending upon the temple only. Doctors, education, and books, printing, publicity, all these skills, whatever we have today, were depending upon the temple. That's why the kings of those days gave many, many lands to the temples, much jewelry to the temple. That's how temple became the center. So Ramanuja thought, if the temple system is appropriate, the whole society will be good. If the temple system is run in a perfect manner, then when the rulers will be in good condition, people also will be respecting the dharma. So temple should be made as the center of the society, a dharmika kendra. So for which he took the administration of the temple and made a beautiful system. We can take the temples like Srirangam, we can take the temple like Melkotai, and the activities he did in Tirumala in maintaining those temples and the systems he established were unique even today, because even today the people who are managing them are not able to maintain the systems, not able to keep all the people with a common understanding, and there are so many disturbances going on. Some people are ruining the temples, some people are contaminating the systems, some people are polluting the traditions and stuff like that, and some people are ruining the monuments, and many things are happening. But it was Ramanuja who, taking care of the administration, established the authenticity of the agamas, tradition, and all people, all walks of the society also should become a part of the temple at different levels, right from priest, the main pujari, then the people who are scholars as thalatars and as parayandars, those who have studied Vedas and Puranas and Agamas and scriptures like Sahityam, etc. So they also were placed at different places of this temple. And artisan skills of the society also were placed in the temple at different levels. Even the so-called the downtrodden, what we call the scheduled castes and tribes, also were placed in the service of the temple, who will be holding the lamps, who will be holding the palanquins, and who will be cleaning the dresses, and who will be making the different items to the temple service. It was so amazing skill of Ramanujacharya Swami in bringing all walks of life to a central located point of temple. His concern was so great. Probably if you take the Tondanur, a wonderful place in Karnataka, where he made a big dam to be constructed, it was even today was in very good condition, supporting probably a few thousands of acres of land, which was the creation of Ramanujacharya Swami in those days, 1000 years ago. So many things were done by Ramanujacharya Swami by bringing all walks of life to a livable part of the society. Today we need such great acharyas as a beacon light for us to follow, because the world is becoming pieces nowadays by terrorism, by casteism, by pluralism. There are so many things which are dominating the society, and people are becoming more selfish. How to keep all these people together, sharing things, but how to bring down the terrorism? It is only with a compassionate touch it can be solved. Ramanujacharya Swami showed a very compassionate touch to the society. He gave it to the society and made 108 places as the beacon lights to spread that message, which are considered as Divya Desas. So 108 Divya Desas, he made them as centers. By seeing all these abilities of Ramanujacharya Swami only, the Lord of Seven Hills said, whatever Ramanujacharya Swami ordained should be remembered by all people, should be chanted by all people in all corners of the country. Ramanujari Divyajna Vardhatam Abhivardhatam Sahi Loka Hitaishini Sarva Desha Dasya Kaleshu Avyahata Parakrama. Means the divine order of Ramanujacharya Swami should be followed by everybody without any reservation. because it's a light, should be followed by everybody. So we call him as a statue of equality. Ramanujacharya is a statue of equality. When you feel that equality among all walks of the life, all sections of the society, then only you will be able to do some kind of justice to anybody who is in pain. But for that, whatever is needed is the heart, love. To feel that love, you need to have that he is mine. The feel of mine comes when you feel that you are a part of the Lord. Everyone is different parts of the same Lord. That's what Ramanujacharya Swami established. He said that God is one. You call with any name you want, you give him any form you like, but he is so beautiful, and his bewitching beauty is something you can see in every part of the world. That means whatever you see in the world is not illusionary, and you are not an illusion. Everything, every feel that you have and every object you see around is true. That means it is the divine form of God. Whatever he shown in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, whatever Lord explained in 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, both were taken into consideration. And Ramanujacharya Swamiji said, all the world is nothing but his divine form, and we are all different parts of the same body. One part of the body never damages the other part of the body. And if there is a part is suffering from some kind of pain, the whole body shares the pain. That oneness is something what we need to feel. That is what Ramanuja felt, as inspired by his own guru by name Mahapurna. So he got this inspiration from his guru because Mahapurna was having a nice friend of him who, of course, in our present terms, he was a scheduled caste person by name Maraneri Nambi, but a very strong devotee of Alavandar Swami Yamunacharya, and he was a great Vaishnava also. At the time of his final departure, he requested Mahapurna, see that this is something offered to the Lord by my guru. Let the dogs not touch this. Taking that word, Mahapurna offered the final sacrifice. That means he did the funeral function to that Maraneri Nambi. You can understand how difficult it is to survive in the society of the day. This person, Mahapurna, being a great Vedic scholar or a Brahmin, and celebrating that final right to an untouchable, I think the whole society wanted to outcast him. But he never cared. Ramanujacharya Swami, with all humbleness, requested his guru, when people are criticizing in many ways, Swami, you did this, that means there must be something behind. If I am fit enough to know, please enlighten me with that. His Guruji, with a small smile, he said, look, I am not greater than Lord Ramachandra, and Maraneri Nambi is no less than Jatayu, an eagle. Ramachandra performed the funeral to that Jatayu. Do you think that we are greater than those people? So why can't we do it when they are really following the systems? This is what the inspired Ramanujacharya Swami, and who became a beacon light to the generations to come, not only for the day, but the message what Ramanujacharya has given is afresh even today. And the present society needs that very much, because if we see around the world, there are countries fighting on the name of religion and following the same system of religion and worshipping the same form of God, but fighting with each other and killing people in thousands and lakhs. The world needs the great acharyas like Ramanuja, who said that we should all live with a feel of different parts of the same God, as Sahodaras, and then should share the pains and joys. Ramanujacharya Swami is a statue of equality. Keeping this in view, we should remember the great services offered by Ramanujacharya and spread his message to every nook and corner of this world. We are very happy to appreciate the organizers of this Bhagavad Ramanujacharya Darshana Kainkarya Trust for conducting this seminar and also trying to spread the message of Ramanujacharya to the masses. We also are trying to do a little part of our service so that the future world also would be able to remember or taking him as an inspiration to follow. That's why we are creating a statue of Ramanujacharya Swami at the height of 216 feet, creating 108 temples around him, and also making different exhibits of inspiring incidents of Ramanujacharya Swami with the present day technology that's available in a robotic way, where we can also see Ramanujacharya Swami moving and we can just also can interact. So all these things have been incorporated in the project of Sri Ramanujacharya Sahasrabdi, which is going to be dedicated to the world during 2017, the millennium year of Ramanujacharya Swami. Our Mangala Sessions to all the organizers and especially to our Karpangad Swami, who put yeoman efforts in bringing all the great people together to conduct this event, and also all the devotees to get inspiration from this wonderful service. Mangala Sessions to one and all. Jai Srimannarayana.